choose to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Umar for IFL TV. Wow, Frank Warren did tell me it's going to be the biggest event he's ever been involved in the media centre. Absolutely astonishing, you know, stole the show again, all fat man rules, and great, you know, big shout out to the Saudis, Dr. Rakan, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, His Royal Highness MBS, all the boys are out in force. It's going to be an absolute battle, and I cannot wait to put a show on. We're going one mic.
Loud noise in here. Tyson.
Oh. How are you, mate?
Mark right there. Tyson, how good is it to have...
Even Mark Wright's in the building.
How good is it...
You're all right, nice to see you, mate.
How good does it have sort of your Saudi rep, Spencer Brown's done a deal, yes. Queensbury have done a deal, your guys are going to put massive events on in Saudi?
You know, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, he's the entertainment minister, and Mr. Dr. Rakan and MBS, they made it possible for this to happen, and all this talk of this, all these big fights happening, and finally something's been delivered for me, and I'm very, very, very excited, and everyone involved did a fantastic, fantastic job.
Tyson, a lot of people watching this on IFL aren't UFC fans. I'm not a UFC fan. Okay. Summarise why Francis Ngannou in a boxing ring, going up against the best fighter in the world, someone who's never boxed, why is he a threat to you, Tyson?
He's a threat, he's a big man, he's got a big Corey, like they all have.
He didn't want to get it out though.
He didn't, did he? He's a bit shy. He's probably a grower, not a shower.
I keep hearing you saying about the future, you want him in a cage, you want John Jones in a cage.
I'll kick his ass in the cage and I'll beat John Jones too. No one can touch me.
What gives you the confidence about going in the cage and beating these guys, Tyson?
I'll beat him. I already beat him at the press conference today. He's already a losing man.
You feel like your mojo's back, Tyson? Been out the ring for a while?
Been out the ring for a while, but I'm back now. And yeah, 9 months out of the ring, coming back with a bang. Got the biggest bag in boxing, and yeah.
What would you say to the guys that are criticising your Carl Froches, your Tony Bellews about this fight?
See this motherfucking balls? Lick 'em, bitch. Listen, haters are going to hate, and the fact that Tony Bellew and Carl Froch didn't make any money out of the game is obviously hurtful to them. And I'm making the biggest bags that's ever existed. I've just signed the biggest deal in boxing history, which I can't divulge to you right now. But let's just say, clickety clank. Yeah, haters going to hate. Van Gogh had his haters, but I can't name any of them. You know, let Tony Bellew and Carl Froch do a little mock-up fight somewhere, see if they can get anyone interested in it. Who cares what they think? They're just average little boxers, no personality, trying to say a few controversial things to get a bit of credit off my name, basically. A bit like all these little media suckers. Try and mention Tyson Fury's name to get some clickbaits. But without me, there ain't no fucking boxing. I'm run the game. Number one.
Over the last year, Tyson, I've had several conversations with George Warren, Frank Warren, about the negotiations with Alexander Usyk. From your side, I haven't spoke to you since all this happened. From your side, why didn't it happen?
Because he's a shithouse. And he got beat by Daniel Dubois anyway, so irrelevant now.
Is that a legal punch?
100%. He got knocked out with a body shot, little shitbag. He quit there. That's a quitter for you. Told you he wasn't no Alexander. I'm Alexander.
You've always referred to him as a middleweight. Is that because Sean Porter beat him in the amateurs?
Sean Porter beat him out. He's a welterweight, Sean Porter, but he did beat him at middleweight, 75 kilos, yeah. But listen, I'm not here to talk about this gap-teeth, ugly little bastard. I'm here to talk about the UFC King here.
That's right, yeah!
That's right, yeah!
I did see your Instagram post, though, about the soft belly.
Yeah, listen, I'm not interested. Honestly, I'm not interested. He's a useless little foreign prick. I've got no interest in him at all. Gypsy King's back. First stop, Francis Ngannou. Second stop, Bank. Third stop, Pizza Hut.
Tyson, we do have to talk about the Netflix series. It's gone viral.
Number one Netflix in 15 different countries, and it's the UK's number one Netflix show ever. Netflix have said they've never done a bigger show ever than At Home with the Furies. Biggest show they've ever done in the UK since they started, Netflix. Beat that! TV Gold, Hollywood next! I've got a couple of goals. I've got one goal is going to beat this and become the baddest man on the planet, yeah? Second goal is I'm going to top the Forbes list this year on the richest athlete this year. And the third list is a Hollywood movie. Done.
Who's going to play you?
Denzel Washington, I've told you all along.
The only man that can play Tyson
The only
Fury?
man who can play Tyson is Denzel. And he knows it.
Tyson, got Brendan, a couple of more, yeah? Come on.
Go on.
You're pumped up at the moment, Tyson.
I'm pumped up, I'm excited, I got my mojo back. Remember Austin Powers when he was in the machine and he got his mojo stolen? Yeah. I've lost my mojo. Well, I've got mine back.
What did you see in Francis' eyes?
I seen an absolute stone cold killer up there. And yeah, he's going to bring a fight, isn't he? He's going to try and knock me out like they all do. I'll just chin him and knock him out like I always do.
I was in a room when Stephen A. Smith brought up Anthony Joshua to you, Tyson. You couldn't be bothered about it.
There is no Anthony Joshua to me, is there? Just
what is he to you?
A gym sweeper. Sweeps the gym floors and that. Gets beat up on by people. It's like an old journeyman now. If you're a decent heavyweight, you want to beat up on somebody, call him out. Beat him easy. Sausage.
Do you think he'll ever get in the ring with you?
Nah, never. I'm on to the big fights. And I don't mean beating men. I'm on about the big boys.
Go on, give me that list.
Him. Ngannou. John Jones. Ngannou in a cage. John Jones in a cage. I want challenges. I don't want easy bait.
There's no boxers out there for you,
They're
Tyson.
all bums, the boxers. I've already proved myself as the best boxer that's ever lived. And now I'm going to prove myself as the best fighting man that's ever lived.
What about this man here, Sugar? Jump in, come on.
He's here. Big Sugar Hill's here.
I'm a fighting man too.
Who are you going to fight?
Anybody.
Who are you fighting?
Whoever.
But you're taking. I've lost for words there. But some people think you're not taking this seriously because it's going to be so easy for you.
Seriously. Where's George Lockhart? Is he here?
George.
Here.
George.
How long have you been in the UK feeding me already?
5.5 weeks.
And how long we got to go?
8 weeks.
So how long's that in total?
13 weeks. 12.
13 weeks. How long was you with me for Wilder 3?
8 weeks.
And Wilder 2?
6, 7 weeks.
Am I taking it serious? Sugar Hill's here. We're nowhere near the fight. 8 weeks out.
Shane's here.
Bosh. Taking it serious.
Why do you think people think that you're not taking this serious?
Because I'm fat, maybe? I don't know.
You're not looking at it at the moment. To be
Looking
fair.
good, and I'm looking like a unit. Fucking ripped, Sam. I'm looking good. I'm looking good. Sexy as ever.
You're gonna knock him out though?
I'll knock him out. Knock them all out. I've got Sugar Hill in my corner, so I can't not knock him out. We got bet on.
Just realise as well, the only 2 boxing events that are going to headline Saudi Arabia this year involve 2 Furies.
Yeah.
Jake Paul, Tommy Fury and yourself and Francis.
Yeah. Tommy Fury beat Jake Paul last time out in Saudi. I'll beat Francis in Saudi, and who knows what the future holds. The Fury family's doing well, and we've got a conveyor belt of Furies coming. Got loads of nephews, I've got loads of sons myself, and we're going to keep popping them out all the time. And they're all brash, they're all confident, they're all cocky, and they're all fucking good as well.
Quick message to the people.
People, we've been a long, long journey, and we've got a few more steps to go. This old dog ain't done yet. Stay tuned.
Tyson, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,